Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today, let's talk about the Altor single shot 9mm, one of the cheapest 9mm you can buy. So while I was at SHOT Show recently, I ran into this company called Altor Corp. And they make a neat little single shot pistol, very low cost, very simple, and it's in either 380 or 9mm. And I did a video with them at SHOT Show, and I'll link to that right up over here somewhere. But they were kind enough to send me one of these out to do a review with and do some testing with. So I want to thank them for that. I want to thank Sports World Tulsa for doing a transfer for me on it. So let's take a closer look at the gun. Okay, so just what do you get whenever you buy the Altor pistol? Well, let's take a look at what comes in the box. You just get a plain white cardboard box with a sticker on it. Open it up. You got the manual for the gun, instruction manual, cleaning, disassembly, all that stuff. And some kind of safety lock with some instructions on how to use it. It's a band that wraps around it, I guess. And makes it a child safety lock for it. And then your gun. And that's all it comes with. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the gun itself. Alright. First I'm going to check, show it's clear. Okay. You can see it's pretty simple design. It's got a full stainless steel barrel and a polymer grip. The trigger is this right here. Now here's what's kind of interesting about it. You do have a cross block safety here on it, but you grip it like so right here and leave this spot open for your trigger finger, and as you pull the trigger back, your finger just slips off the trigger when it comes down this hump, and that's what actually fires the gun. So it's kind of strange in that way. I measured the trigger pull and my gauge was slipping off anywhere between 4 and 6 pounds. I couldn't exactly tell where it was slipping off each time. I mean, I think it was slipping off different places each time. It's kind of hard to gauge the trigger pull on something that doesn't actually have a brake. It just slips off and slides forward. So, supposedly to clean it, normally all you have to do is just remove the barrel and you get in here. You can see it's a nice heavy stainless steel barrel. The barrel's quite heavy actually. But that's all you do to clean it. Just brush this off and clean your barrel as normal. But if you want to go ahead and disassemble it farther to clean the rest of it down, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. It's real simple. It's got one pin that holds the whole thing together. You just kind of tap it out. And then you've got your spring. I guess you call it your striker spring. And your striker and trigger assemblies right here. That's all there is to that. And then whatever this piece is called, I guess the bolt, I don't know. Whatever it is. And then your handle, and the safety doesn't come out. So if you get salt water or something, you can rinse that out, dry that out, and then wipe all this down with a little oil or something. But it's pretty simple. It goes back together just as simply as can be. Push it back together. And catch your pin before it rolls off the table. Just go ahead and drive this back down to where it's even on both sides. And that's all there is to it, to assembling and disassembling it. And your barrel is marked top plainly on there. And I found it's just easier just to hold your trigger back just a little, because you can see it has this little notch right here that latches in the barrel. So I just pull my trigger back just a little bit and go ahead and lock it on. And the safety just keeps the trigger from pulling back far enough to fire it. And then it's got an extra safety here. You can twist your barrel to the side. Now as far as size goes, I've got its closest competitor in price right here, a High Point 9mm. And you can see it's considerably smaller than that if I can get it in frame, size wise. So it's a tiny little gun. Weight on it, let's see what the weight is. Scale, come on. 10.2 ounces. So it's really lightweight, really small, and you can definitely tell it's well built. I mean, the barrel itself's really heavy, really nice stainless steel. You can't really see tooling marks on it. It's quality. It's just small and very, very simple. I don't think you can get a much simpler design. I mean, I have a slide fire shotgun that I built, and it's, this isn't much more complicated than that was. But it's definitely an interesting little gun. So I took it out to the range today, shot a full 50-round box of ammo through it, and that was plenty. And didn't need any more after that. It's not the most comfortable gun to shoot. You know, I showed you how little bit of purchase you get on it gripping it. And it does have a fair amount of recoil with just standard 9mm ammo, 115 grain at that. So, you know, there's that. But it's not what it's designed for. It's designed to be shot once or twice a year or whenever you need it, not for that. But I did it anyways, nonetheless, and it was fun. It's not that hard to hit targets with. I was shocked at actually how accurate it was after you kind of got used to it. Now, I did have a problem. The sights are just molded into the frame on it, so it was kind of hard to pick up the front sight because it's black and my targets are painted black, so I need to put a little bit of white paint on it, but I didn't do that yet. But as far as shooting it, it's kind of hard to grip. I mean, once you get used to it, you're fine, but I think on my second or third shot of it, it actually came flying out of my hand. And I mean, I consider myself a pretty experienced shooter, and I didn't have a good enough grip on it. Clearly didn't have a good enough grip on it. But I had a little bit of a hard time trying to get a good grip with both hands on it. I ended up just starting to kind of teacup it a little, and that was about the best way I could find to, you know, kind of hang on to it. Because it's just tough to get a good grip on when you have big hands and, you know, tiny little gun. Definitely not the most comfortable gun to shoot. Well, that was interesting. It's hard to hold on to. A better grip on it this time. Pretty accurate. Just really tough to hold on to. Let's go for that little bit smaller gong there. Oh. Okay, I just didn't pull the trigger far enough before my hand slipped off. Huh. It struck the primer. Let's try to go back a little farther. That's just a bad round. It got a perfectly fine primer strike on it. Why it failed to go off. This is the tricky part. It's not flagging your hand with it when you're reloading it. It's definitely got some punch to it. Shot right over that one. Okay, let's try to see how fast I can get 2 shots on the silhouette target. Thing packs a punch. Doesn't really take that long to reload. Missed that one. It's a little hard to aim. I think I need to paint the front sight white because it's black and my targets are black. It's kind of hard to see. Definitely interesting. It's kind of fun to shoot though. It's a little rough on the hands. You don't want to shoot it all day, that's for sure. All right, now I'm gonna try to go for one of them smaller ones. And I missed it. But as far as accuracy goes, I took it out to 15 or 20 yards or so and was still hitting a silhouette target with it. But it's, like I said, it's tough because of how you have to hold it and how small it is. And the trigger's totally different from anything else I've ever shot because your finger just slips off of it. So that just made it totally different from anything else. It's definitely a fun little shooter. And it definitely does what they designed it for. You know, it's not exactly designed to be a self-defense gun, I don't think. I'm considering it more of a tool that you keep in a tackle box or boat glove box or, you know, in a toolbox on a tractor or something like that. Keep some snake shot in it. And I did shoot some snake shot through it, and it worked great for that. And it wasn't unpleasant at all to shoot that. Of course, it has no recoil. For dispatching animals or pest control, stuff like that, and you don't have to worry about it. You know, if you throw it in a toolbox or tackle box and it gets a little damp, it's not really going to hurt it and cause it to rust too bad. And you're talking such a low-cost gun. Something happens to it, it's not that big of a deal to you as far as, you know, something tearing up on it. And it's really well built. I mean, it really is. I can't say enough about how well it's built for such a simple design and stuff. And, you know, it's pretty low cost, so... But, you know, if you're looking for a cheap gun and don't want to go with a stinking high point or something and you want something just to throw in a, you know, considering it a tool, not a gun for the range or anything. It's literally just a tool with, you know, one purpose of killing a snake or something like that, or if you want to keep it in your tractor or feed truck or something to dispatch an animal and you don't want to worry about it getting wet or runt or something like that. Yeah, it's perfect for stuff like that. Is it something I would carry in my pocket or in a holster for self-defense? No, I definitely wouldn't. I'm not going to recommend it for that in any way. Maybe as a third backup, yeah. I mean... And it looks a lot like a glue gun. That's what everybody keeps making fun of it about. So I guess, you know, it's non-threatening looking, I guess, if you think about it. Because, I mean, how many people see this and automatically scream gun? But I'm still not sold on it for self-defense purposes. I think it's more of a defense against critters or snakes, something like that. I think that's where it really shines. And I think it has a market there. And I like the idea that they came up with something different that you don't see every day on the market now. I realize in times past there was guns like this, but, you know, you just don't see them now. And this is something that you could definitely, you know, stick it somewhere, just have a spare gun. Maybe stick it in a shower. Make a good shower gun or in a toilet, you know, toilet gun. I don't know. But, you know, there's a purpose for it. It's just, I don't feel like its everyday carry is not its purpose. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just the way I feel. You know, you can comment on it below. Let me know what you think. But yeah, check them out. Check out Altor Corp. I think the MSRP on this was right around $140, so I'm sure you're going to find it well under that. And, you know, it might be something that's worth looking into, you know. You can get it cheap enough, it might be something that definitely interests you just to have it just to throw around and put somewhere. Just as a backup to a backup to a backup, or, you know, in your tackle box, in your boat glove box, something like that. Well, thanks for taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications. And if you think somebody else will enjoy it, make sure you share it out. See you next time.